They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 29, Brees. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the counter, here's Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 44, Brees. For the catch made, this is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Brees. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brees. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11 brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. A pickup of 5 yards. First down, New Orleans. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Kamara. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brees. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. To throw is Brees. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
For Green Bay.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Harris to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Put the paddle
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
On the tackle.
Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a Saints.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Packers 14, Saints nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Good catch there by Emmanuel Sanders, and he's exactly who you want in your locker room and who you want on your team. He can integrate into an offense quickly. He joined the San Francisco 49ers at midseason last year and had a huge impact in their run to the Super Bowl. He's a veteran receiver that everyone respects, and yes, he can still play. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Alvin Kamara on
the offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And some room to run now. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Gain of 10.
One of the underrated aspects of Davante Adams' game is his toughness. He had to battle his way through injury last year, and while his numbers may have dipped, he was still the #1 target for the Green Bay Packers and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and still one of the best receivers in the league. Constantly works on his footwork, constantly works on how he gets away from defenders in order to get open. He's a guy that number 12, his quarterback, trusts implicitly.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Now there's a target that just about any quarterback would like to throw to. Devin Funchess, one of the big body receivers in the league who can go up and get it. former Carolina Panther, played one game with the Indianapolis Colts in 2019 before breaking his collarbone. Excellent hands, monster target, kind of forgiving target for a quarterback. The Packers really need him to develop and give them another option on the perimeter.
First down, Green Bay.
First down carry by Jones. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Packers 21, Saints nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Jake Kumerow. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Score Packers 28, Saints nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. Third down here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
They'll take.
Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year. And they've got an opportunity. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers continue to roll.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches
oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go up there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Breeze. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st down and goal to go at the 9-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 30-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Jones. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Aaron Jones.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
Green Bay.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Here's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
38-yard line.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The first carry down for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
49-yard line.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And that's complete to Lewis. And it'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
An 8-yard pickup.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Rodgers now on first down. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Tackled
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Bearing it deep for Fowler. And now there's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's tied in. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8,
Aaron Jones, the
are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
And a Packer first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down now. It's Williams. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. It is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Saints will have the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Back at the 38-yard line.
Now Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Third down.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. See, this defense, man. At this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And Crosby puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running with Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Preston Smith on the tackle.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And they'll set up shot in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The chain, 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Down at the 17-yard line.
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.